You got him for abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome this chilly Sunday evening as we are here at Bristol Motor Speedway with the Precision Racing League. That's right, you're watching the Precision Racing League American iRacing Sunday Series live on Dre Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Everly. I'll be calling the action here tonight as these guys are currently in qualifying session right now as they are getting wound up for 175 laps here at Bristol. So we have got a short track racing here tonight, looking like it's going to be, well, taking a look here. We got Dustin Hall right now out on point. Taking a look at the season point standings right now, James O'Brien is leading in the championship as he's got Craig Hawkins in second, Dale Robertson third, Kyle Souza fourth, Dustin Hall sitting there in fifth. Sitting sixth is Stephen Harry, Paul D. Johnson seventh, Johnny Pierce eighth, John LaBeouf sitting in ninth, Eddie Hawks rounding out our top 10 in points here tonight. So it's going to be an interesting evening here as we are on round 5. Round 5 of 12 for the season championship here in the American iRacing Sunday Series. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in here to Dre Broadcasting as these guys are counting down the time here. Just bear with me one moment. Wrong button there. Just taking a look here, just another minute and a half remaining here in qualifying. Is not really seeing anybody out on the track at the moment. Nope, nobody out on the track right now. Only 17 drivers qualifying. Rest of them electing to start in the back of the field as of right now. Once again, you are watching the Precision Racing League American iRacing Sunday Series live on Dre Broadcasting Network. Less than a minute here until we will start getting these cars all gridded up, ready to go green flag racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Right now out on the track, the 55 of Stephen Walter. He is out on the track trying to put down a qualifying time here. Right now, though, the man on point is Dustin Hall. Dustin Hall with a 14.481 qualifying time. That is a quick time here. That's right, less than 15-second lap time. So it'll be interesting to see how this is going to hold because we are running anywhere between, and Ronald McManus now out on the track, but lap times look like they're from 14.4 to just over 15 seconds. So we got a wide variety of these guys running open setups. So it is all about the setup. Well, qualifying is now over. We're going to give these guys a moment here to qualify, and we'll go over to the starting grid here tonight. Taking a look here as these guys are all gridded up, looking over tonight's starting order here at Bristol. Pulling up here, starting out on pole, 37, Dustin Hall. Johnny Pierce starting right there on the outside in second. Starting third tonight, the 14 of Paul D. Johnson. Stephen Harry starting there in fourth. Starting fifth, Eddie Hawks. Brandon Walter, the 99 Chevrolet, starting in sixth. Starting seventh is going to be the 11 of Brandon Massey, while the starting eighth will be the 41 of Chris Perez. Starting ninth, the 3 of Dale Robertson, the 33 David Dreckman, rounding out your top 10. Starting 11th, Ken Carruthers. Zach York, 12th. Jeffrey Ford in the 95 Ford starting 13th. Kyle Souza in the 00 starting 14th. Starting 15th tonight, Matthew Cisna. Trevor White, 16th. 17th is going to be Rory Collins, followed by Ronald McManus in 18th. Starting 19th, Stephen Walter. 20th, James O'Brien, our points leader, starting 20th. Starting 21st, Stephen Aguiar. Josh Mayu, 22nd. John LaBeouf, 23rd. Eric Roberts, 24th. 25th, rounding out the field, is going to be Craig Hawkins. Do apologize, had a little bit of a technical problem right there, but we are back as we are live here as they are doing their 2 pace laps around Bristol, getting ready to start here tonight. As we see, being led by the 37 of Dustin Hall out front, 16 Johnny Pierce. Johnny Pierce, he is currently sitting 8th in points, so it's going to be a good start for him. But 175 laps. Got a long race to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway as they are coming into turns 1 and 2 now. Not a flat track, but a short track, only a half mile in length. So these drivers are going to be bumper to bumper. Probably see a little bumping and grinding. But then again, like they say, if you're not rubbing, it ain't racing. As the pace car brings them here into turn 3 and 4, getting ready to go green flag racing for the first time here tonight. As the pace car dips down into pit road, coming out of turn 4, green flag is out. Green flag racing here at Bristol. As we see the 37 gets a good jump. Here comes the 14 of Paulie Johnson. Paulie Johnson challenging, getting down underneath the 37. 37's running that high line. Paulie Johnson liking that lower lane there. As Dustin Hall is the man out front, but right now Johnny Pierce under fire from the 45 of Eddie Hawks. As Eddie Hawks gets around him coming into turn 3. As we see Stephen Harry, Brandon Massey, these guys running, they're looking to start getting a little single file here. As I'm taking a look here, got a little bit of a battle between the 22 of Matthew Cessna and the 41 of Chris Perez as they are going door to door here through the turns, battling through turns 3 and 4. Now, one thing to remember, these guys, I do not have any fast fixes anymore. They do not run any backup cars. So if they get damaged, they get damaged. But the good thing is this is not a long track. It is not a super speedway. Drafting is really not key here. It's about your brake points. Looks like our top 3 have really pulled out from the field here of Dustin Hall, Paulie Johnson, and Eddie Hawks here. They have pulled out. There are probably about 1.6 to 1.8 seconds ahead of 4th place Johnny Pierce, who's got the 3 of Dale Robertson. Ken Caruthers looking to possibly go underneath. Robinson not able to do it. He backs off. It's going to maintain that 6th position. As we see a lot of racing here, but not really seeing any more battles as they go single file here. A lot of guys just looking to save their tires, try to stay out of the big accidents here. Looks like Josh Mayo did not get to start tonight, but Rory Collins running out the field there in 24th. As we go back up to Dustin Hall, he has now got a half a second lead over Paulie Johnson as they are still rolling around here. 9 laps already completed. Caution is out. As we go back to the Dre broadcast and instant replay, let's see if we can see exactly what brought out the caution here. Our first caution of the night is we are going to focus on the 28 of Eric Roberts. Not sure exactly what brought that out. Oh, the 94 Stephen Harry spun out in front of him. Brandon Massey up into the wall there. Let's go back and take another look here. Yeah, Stephen Harry in 94, he just loses it. Looks like he might have touched the apron. Not really a big wreck, so everybody's able to get around him. But he is going to lose a couple positions here. We are back up on the 37 of Dustin Hall. Not sure if anybody really is going to pit, but we do have Brandon Massey was down on pit road. The 8 of Stephen Aguiar was down on pit road. The 11 is of Brandon Massey still down there, and the 35 machine of Rory Collins down on pit road. They are going to, looks like they're going to go a lap down here. So 12 laps here completed. We did get word that from race control these laps caution laps may get extended a lap or two because, well, with short track, sometimes it's just hard to get everybody bunched up where they need to be. So we'll have to see. But right now it looks like 10th place forward there, 11th. Did not pit, so we've got some newer drivers such as the 33 of David Dreckman sitting back in 16th. He pitted, and Stephen Harry pitted. John LaBeouf down on pit road. So we have the back of the field here. They are pitting front of the field on older tires, so we'll see how that plays out here as these guys are starting to get bunched up here, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Once again, this is the American iRacing Sunday Series Precision Racing League. You can check out the league at precisionracingleague.com. Check them out. Also on iRacing under the league pages, Precision Racing League. They've actually got multiple races, not just on the iRacing network, but they got a couple on console as well. So definitely check them out. They should have something to suit you here. So 24 cars in the field, 21 cars on the lead lap here. As it looks like they are going to be double foul now. We may be going back green flag racing. Let's get focused back on the 37 of Dustin Hall here, as we are waiting to see if we are going to be going green flag racing. The lights on the pace car are off. Pace car is on. Nope, they are going to extend it one more lap just to get everything sorted out. So we still looking at 161 laps to go, but these guys running 14, 15-second lap times. That's about 4 laps a minute. So these laps are actually going to tick down in a hurry here as the pace car is bringing them through the backstretch into turn number 3, getting ready to go green flag racing. Pace car is off, and Dustin Hall wastes no time, gets out on that throttle. But look at Eddie Hawks. He is now challenging the 14 of Paulie Johnson for that number 2 position. He is going to, no, I thought he was going to clear him, but here comes Paulie Johnson on the outside, getting that push off of the turn. Eddie Hawks just not able to clear him, but Paulie Johnson's going to clear him. But look, right behind, here comes Johnny Pierce. Johnny Pierce running in that 4th position as they fall back in line. And the caution's back out. Let's see if we can see exactly what brought out that caution here as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay, bringing out our 2nd caution of the night. Let's see if we can see, focusing on the 11 of Brandon Massey here. Not sure if it started with him, but he's already got some heavy damage getting he gets into the outside wall there. Looks like he tried to slow down the 55 machine. Let's see if we can see what happened with the 55 machine here. Looks like riding that outside lane there. Coming into the turn, comes in too hot. The car breaks loose. The 00, nowhere to go, taps him. 33 gives him a little tap, and then that's when the 11 of Brandon Massey also tapped him. 77, Ken Carruthers. So that is our 2nd caution here tonight. Dustin Hall is still our current leader here as we are on Lap 19 of 175, 157 laps to go. Question is our top 8 going to come in? They are on 20 lap older tires. Everyone else has got about 9 or 10 laps. So question is the leader's going to come down into pit? As the 77, he is out front of the leader. So on the 1 to green, he is going to get a wave around. So that is going to put him back on the lead lap. So this is round 5 of the Precision Racing League American iRacing Sunday Series. Round 5 of 12. So we'll have to wait and see what this is going to bring out for these guys as they are battling for a championship. I mean, pretty close in points. James O'Brien is your points leader. He has only got a 12-point lead over Craig Hawkins. Dale Robertson, 18 points behind James O'Brien. Kyle Souza, he's 32 points. Dustin Hall, he's 34 points. So this would be a good finish for him to try to move him up closer into the points battle as we are on round 5 of 12. Looks like the leaders are not going to come in, but the 11 of Brandy Massey down on pit road. The 55 machine of Stephen Walter, he is down on pit road here. So this will be interesting because currently we only have 20 cars of the 24 starting on the lead lap. Looks like we are going to be 1 to green. Let's see if they're going to extend it or if they're going to go ahead and get this lined up and go green flag racing here. As these guys are now getting all double file bunched up. As they are now coming down the back stretch, coming towards turn number 3. Still being led by Dustin Hall's led all 22 laps already of all laps completed. Starting on the pole, the 14 of Paul D. Johnson on the outside. Pace car is off. Dustin Hall wastes no time. Neither Paul D. Johnson saw that coming, but now Eddie Hawks, he is under fire from, looks like the 16 of Johnny Pierce there on the outside. Dale Robertson kind of watching this battle. Let's go here into the cockpit and watch this battle here from the view of Dale Robertson as he gets to the side of Eddie Hawks. Looks like he is going to challenge Eddie Hawks for that number 4 position. As we see Dale Robertson just falling right behind the 16 of Johnny Pierce. He is going to clear him. He is going to overtake that 4th position as these guys are battling to get single file here. Got a little battle here with Jeffrey Ford. He was battling the 41 of Chris Perez, who's working that low lane there. As they are still battling, I think he's going to get up there and get in line. No, not just yet, and we're under caution again. Pulling up the Dre Broadcasting replay. Let's take a look here and see what caused this one here. I think that is going to be the 35 of Rory Collins here. So let's take a look, see exactly what happened. Oh no, it actually started with a 94 again. The 94 is Stephen Harry. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened here with the 94. As we focus on the 94 running that low lane. As he comes, oh, he just loses it off of turn number 4. Gets sideways. Oh, the 35, Rory Collins, tried to go down underneath him as the 94 was looking to go down on the apron to get off of the racetrack. Fortunately, the 35 is going to be involved in that with some heavy front end damage. Looks like Dustin Hall, Paul D. Johnson, Johnny Pierce, Dale Robertson are going to be pitting. Here is our new race leader. It's going to be the 19 of Zach York. Zach York's already got a little bit of damage there. Just waiting on all my information to update here. Zach York, 19 laps on his tires with Craig Hawkins, Eddie Hawks, and Eric Roberts all with 20 tires. Dustin Hall and all them. I tell you what though, look at Jeffrey Ford though. He's got 30 laps on his tires now. Has not pitted yet. He is running in the 10th position. Thing is I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to make it on them tires, but we're going to have to see. But most of them here have been under caution. Taking a look at our race report, 3 cautions for 14 laps. Only 1 lead change so far here tonight. Taking a look at our 19 of Zach York. Looking pretty good in that Toyota as he is out leading with some back end damage. Craig Hawkins right behind him with Eddie Hawks. So 144 laps to go here. So we are now on lap 32 of 175 as they are trying to get these things bound up. I think we should be getting the 1 to green this next time by, being led by the 19 of Zach York. As the pace lights are now off, we are set to go back green flag racing. We'll have to wait and see if they're going to extend it here. As the pace lights are off, they are now coming through turns 3 and 4, all bunched up, being led by the 19 of Zach York. Zach York leading the last 4 laps here. Pace car is off. We are back green flag racing as the 19 gets a good jump, but here comes the 23, Craig Hawkins. Craig Hawkins saw that coming, just not able all the power as the 19 of Zach York gets out a good jump here. Our previous leader. Oh, big wreck up front. Big wreck. This is going to involve a lot of cars here. Let's pull up the Dre broadcast and replay, see if we can see exactly what happened. As we see the 37, he was definitely involved in that, battling with the 28 of Eric Roberts. Eric Roberts bounces off the wall, hits the 37 of 14 of Paul D. Johnson involved, 3 of Dale Robertson, Jeffrey Ford, the 9 of James O'Brien involved. Oh, a lot of our top runners involved in that. They have got some heavy damage on that. As we see the 37 making his way down on pit road, but we are under caution, our 4th caution of the night here on lap 36. Once again, this is the Disabled Sim Wheels 175 here at Bristol with the Precision Racing League as we are under our 4th caution of the night. A lot of cars involved in that. Right now, only 14 cars on the lead lap. Chris Perez, Dale Robertson, Stephen Aguirre, Dustin Hall, Jeffrey Ford, Matthew Cena, Rory Collins, Stephen Harry, Stephen Walter, Brandon Massey, all multiple laps down. Unfortunately, the 95 of Jeffrey Ford, the 35 of Rory Collins, taking their cars behind the wall, calling it a night. As we see still a lot of cars down on pit road here, as they are trying to bang those machines and get them back up and running. Well, as the lights on the pace car are now off, we are back 1 to green here, as we've got some cars back out on the track. Let's see here, we've still got down on pit road is Jeffrey Ford, Matthew Cisna, Stephen Harry, Stephen Walter, and Brandon Massey. And James O'Brien looks like he is back out. He is still on the lead lap, though. That is the good thing. He is sitting back in 14th. 14 cars still on the lead lap, but he is about to go a lap down here as they are going to extend it. As he's trying to get off pit road, stay in front of that pace car and stay on the lead lap as he was trying to fix his damage. Still being led by the 19 of Zachary Yort. Our pole sitter, though, Dustin Hall, he is now 2 laps down. So he has got to some work cut out for him here as we're under our 4th caution of the night, getting ready to go back green flag racing. As they come down the backstretch, pace lights are off. We are getting ready to go green flag racing. Pace car coming through turns 3 and 4. Dipping down into pit road. 19 Matthew York off on the throttle. Green flag racing once again here at Bristol with Craig Hawkins sitting second, Johnny Pierce third, Eddie Hawks. He is going to be battling the 16 right now, but 16 is in the preferred line because it really does seem like an outside lane is much faster as Eddie Hawks now coming under fire from the 99 of Brandon Walter. Brandon Walter now moving up into the 4th position. Our biggest mover of the night is 23 of Craig Hawkins. He is started 25th, now up into 2nd, gaining 23 spots. And I think I've seen a car spin, but we are still green flag racing. I think that it was going to be the 77 of Ken Carruthers. Yes, he is into the inside wall as he is trying to get that thing turned back around as he is about to go a lap down here. Still green flag racing, though, as it looks like Zach York is now behind the 23 of Craig Hawkins. Craig Hawkins now leading the race here on lap 45 of 175. And we're under caution. That is going to be the 28 of Eric Roberts. Looks like he just lost it coming through the turn. But let's pull up the Dre broadcast and instant replay and take a look here. Is looking at the 28 of Craig Hawkins. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened coming in. It looks like turns 3 and 4. Yes, that back end just kicks loose. Oh, and ooh, the 22 gets a hard hit. So he has got some heavy damage on that machine. That's going to cripple a couple more machines here as we are now on lap 47. Looks like our top three are going to stay out. Everybody else down on pit road. Johnny Pierce, Eddie Hawks, Paulie Johnson, Trevor White, John LeBuff, James O'Brien, and Kyle Souza down on pit road. Pit road's still a busy place as these guys are trying to fix whatever damage they can. Here's we still got a lot of racing left here. Looking at 127 laps still to go. Those lights are on the pace car, so hopefully next time we'll get the 1 to green here. Still got a lot of guys down on pit road. Paulie Johnson, James O'Brien, Chris Perez, Eric Roberts, Matthew Cessna, Stephen Harry, Brandon Massey still down on pit road. So we are looking right now only 11 cars left on the lead lap with the 9 of James O'Brien, the last on the lead lap. Lights are off on the pace car. We are back 1 to green, getting ready to go green flag racing once again here. This pace car brings them down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4, getting ready to go green flag racing once again. So let's get ready to go back green flag racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Lights are back on. They are going to go around one more time here at Bristol. Pace car bringing them out of turn 2, down the short backstretch into turns 3, getting ready to go green flag racing once again here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The disabled Sim Wheels 175 Precision Racing League American iRacing Sunday Series live here on the Dre Broadcasting Network. As the pace car dips down into pit road, 23 Craig Hawkins gets a good jump. So does the 99 of Brandon Walter. He gets a good jump there. As Zach York now is battling with the 45 of no, that's actually going to be the 00. He is currently a lap or more down, I believe. No, Kyle Souza is on the lead lap, so he is battling Zach York for third. Meanwhile, Craig Hawkins out front as we see the 99 of Brandon Walter trying to get up to him to battle for that race lead. As we go through the rest of the field here, it looks like they're starting to get a little spread out here. Not really seeing any double file here as we've got a battle right here. Looks like 37 of Dustin Hall. He is trying to get around this traffic. Ooh, car motor blown. I'm not sure exactly who that was. We have a car smoking on the track. Let me see if I can get a number on that. It's going to be the number 19 machine, Zach York. He is smoking heavily as he's going down pit road here on the backstretch here, trying to stay off the racing service, but unfortunately he has blown his engine. This is really going to shake up the field here. Only a half-mile track here at Bristol. Still some really good speeds, though. But, I mean, they also got to be hard on the brakes here as we are being led by Craig Hawkins, who has now led 15 laps here tonight. Brandon Walter moving up into second after starting sixth. Kyle Souza, he started 14th, now running in third. So it looks like first through fourth are pretty close together, only about 8/10 separating all of them. Sitting there in fifth, that's going to be the 14 of Paul D. Johnson. We did see him get some damage from a previous incident. So he has got some damage to his machine, but he is still running in that fifth position. John LaBeouf, he started 22nd here tonight. He has moved all the way up into sixth, as we see Trevor White trying to work all over that back bumper to find a way around him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with 114 laps to go, we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the night. We'll be right back with more action live from Bristol.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dre Broadcasting Network as we are bringing you the Disabled Sim Wheels 175 with the Precision Racing League American iRacing Sunday Series, Round 5. We have had a lead change as the 99 of Brandon Walter is now our new race leader. Kyle Souza up into second, Eddie Hawks third, Paul D. Johnson fourth. James O'Brien, our points leader, he has moved up into fifth. Craig Hawkins dropped all the way back to sixth. John LaBeouf is seventh, Trevor White eighth. Stephen Aguirre ninth, and David Dreckman in your 10th place position, but only 10 cars left on the lead lap here. Now here's the thing though, Brandon Walter, he has got 52 laps since his last pit. A lot of those are under caution as we take a look here. We've had 5 cautions for 30 laps as we've got 96 laps to go here tonight. Lap 80 of 175. 95 laps to go. These guys still running right about 15, 16 second lap times. So we should probably going to be seeing some pit stops here before too long, you would think. But I mean, not a bad night. 83 degrees out here in Bristol. 84 degree track temperature. Wind northeast at 3 mile an hour. Mostly cloudy conditions. So pretty cool track temperatures as of right now. Field pretty spread out. Not really seeing any battles out on the track here. Nobody's really close to one another. Stephen Aguirre is only 6/10 behind Trevor White as they are battling to stay inside the top 10. David Dreckman, he is right there as well. Currently 1 lap down. If we get another yellow, the beneficiary is going to be the 16 of Johnny Pierce. That is going to put him back on the lead lap. Dustin Hall, Chris Perez, both 2 laps down. Dal Robertson's 3. Ronald McManus is 10 laps down. As we've got Eric Robertson, Zach York, Matthew Sista, Stephen Harry, Brandon Massey down on pit road. Laps ticking down here as we are looking at live action here with the 9. The 23 of Craig Hawkins. He is right behind the 9 of James O'Brien. James O'Brien is currently following Paul D. Johnson. So he's made his way up into the top 5. Question is can he get around Paul D. Johnson? Paul D. Johnson holding that upper lane there. So he's just not going to let him go by. He's going to make him earn it here tonight. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a Disabled Sim Wheels 175 with the Precision Racing League. This is the American iRacing Sunday Series. You can also take a look in the lower right-hand corner. That's the trophy that's going to be presented this year to the champion. As we are now halfway of tonight's race. So definitely, they are battling not just for the prestige of saying champion, but they are battling for that trophy that's at the bottom right hand of your screen. I think we had caution is out. I think that is going to be the 78 of Ronald McManus. So let's pull up the Dre broadcast and replay. This is going to be our 6th caution here tonight. Yes, the 78 of Ronald McManus into the wall as we go back to the Dre broadcast and replay. Looks like coming out of turn number 4, that back end just kicked loose on him. Got him into the inside wall. Unfortunately, back out on the track, bringing out the caution. We are going to see a lot of people down on pit road. As we see a lot of our top drivers out. Looks like the 23 of Craig Hawkins, he is going to stay out. He is going to become our new race leader. Now the question is, all the cars in front of them, are they going to pit, or are they going to stay out here? And definitely, looks like 23 of Craig Hawkins making his way down on pit road. So he is going to hand over that race lead here. As soon as we go around here, I'll be able to see who is going to be our new race leader. That is going to be the 16 of Johnny Pierce. But we have a lot of cars up in front of him trying to gain a lap back unless they go down on pit road. Looks like the 55 of Stephen Walter and the 41 of Chris Perez, they elect to go ahead and not get the wave around and go down on pit road. Lap 93 of 175, 83 laps to go. We did see, I seen one driver, I don't know if my information is right, but they said he has 80 some laps on his tires and tank. So the question is can these guys, if we get a long green flag run, if they can make it the rest of the way, or are they going to have to pit? A lot of guys down on pit road as the race leader is down on pit road. He is going to hand that race lead back over to the 99 of Brandon Walter. Kyle Souza is going to be second. Eddie Hawks third. Trevor White fourth. John LaBeouf up into the fifth position. So he is now running number 5 right now. Craig Hawkins sixth. Johnny Pierce seventh. Paul D. Johnson, he is sitting in 8th down on pit road as we speak. Same with David Dreckman, Stephen Aguiar, and James O'Brien. Pace lights are off, 1 to green unless they extend it. Yep, they are going to extend it. Lights are back on the pace cars. The 3 was a benefit of that waiver round. He is now, Dale Robertson is now 2 laps down. Just 2 laps down here, taking a look. 11 cars back on the lead lap. James O'Brien sitting back in 11th, the last car on the lead lap. $80 laps left to go here as the pace lights are off. Getting ready to go back green flag racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Being led by the 99 of Brandon Walter. Kyle Souza on the outside. Eddie Hawks, Trevor White, second row. Third row is Craig Hawkins, John LaBeouf. As the pace car is now off, and off goes the 99 of Brandon Walter, getting a good jump. But Eddie Hawks, was now looking to try to get around Kyle Souza for that second position, as he gets a good run there on the inside, as he is blocking that inside from Kyle Souza. Kyle Souza, though, Eddie Hawks getting a good run off of the turn. He is technically going to be taking that second position, but here comes Kyle Souza, not giving up just yet, as they are still battling side by side. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get a little crank it up in here as we are, let's hear the roar of these motors around Bristol. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Crank It Up cam here, brought to you by the Dre Broadcasting Network here. As Brandon Walter is starting to pull away from Kyle Souza off in second. He is now up to a 7/10 second lead. Kyle Souza, he's got Eddie Hawks just 3/10 behind him. Craig Hawkins just 4/10 behind them. And John LaBeouf, I mean, he is, wow, he's got about a 4-second gap. So he's got about a 3-second gap between him and Craig Hawkins, who has moved up into fourth. As we see a lower car almost, oh, contact, nope. Looks like they're going to stay green flag racing. So we are now up, no, we're under caution. That is going to be the 8 of Steven Aguiar. So let's go back and take a look at the 8. See if we can see exactly what happened there with the 8 of Steven Aguiar. He was running right behind. Oh, it actually happened in front. It was the 16 of Johnny Pierce. Let's see if we can see what happened to the 16 of Johnny Pierce there. Looks like it was an incident between him and the 21 in the Safe Light Auto machine. Some contact off of turn number 4. 16 goes around, and the 8 of Steven Aguiar nowhere to go, but made contact with him. So real unfortunate here is that is going to bring out our 7th caution of the night with 65 laps to go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take our second commercial break of the night. We'll be right back here live on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Welcome back to the Dre Broadcasting Network. Here as we are at Bristol, the Disabled Sim Wheels 175 at Bristol Motor Speedway, Precision Racing League American iRacing Sunday Series, as we are getting ready to go back green flag racing, once again being led by the 45 of Eddie Hawks. Brandon Walter on the outside. Craig Hawkins, Trevor White, second row here as we are now entering turn number 4, getting ready to go green flag racing. Pace car is off. Eddie Hawks wastes no time. Here comes Craig Hawkins with him as they get a good jump on that restart. Eddie Hawks out front now leading as he has led 5 laps here tonight. Right now, Brandon Walter in that 99 has led the most laps with 37 laps. We are at 60 laps to go. And the caution is out again. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened. Oh man, that is going to be the 78 of Ronald McManus. Looks like on the backstretch here. So let's pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay. Let's take a look here following the 78. It looks like I couldn't see if there was some contact, but unfortunately the 41 of Chris Perez also involved here. Let's see if we can get a better angle of it here. Yeah, contact between McManus and Perez. They both go into the inside. Heavy damage to both machines as they both have to tow down to pit road. Here as we see the 23 of Craig Hawkins leading here as they had to wait on the pace car a little bit. No, the Eddie Hawks is leading. James Bryan, he is still out front. That is keeping him on the lead lap right now. So the question is, do any of these guys have to pit anymore? As we take a look, just 57 laps left to go here tonight. 57 laps left here as we are on lap 119 of 175. Taking a look here, just still 11 cars on the lead lap. The 3 of Dale Robertson, he is 1 lap down. The only car 1 lap down. Everybody else multiple laps down here. Is it looks like Ronald McManus and Ken Carruthers have taken their car behind the wall. Same with Matthew Sista. They have taken their cars behind the wall. Ending their race here tonight is taking a look at our race report. We have had 8 cautions for 45 laps and 7 lead changes here tonight. Eddie Hawks still leading the race. He has got about 30 laps on his tires. Everybody behind him's got fresher tires. Question is he going to be able to make it the remainder of the race, or is he going to have to come down on pit road? Should be getting the 1 to go this time by, waiting to see. Pace lights are off on the pace car. They are getting up double foul here. Trying to get everybody lined up. As the pace car is now bringing them through turns 1 and 2. Getting ready to go green flag racing here at Bristol. Who is going to win the Disabled Sim Wheels 175 here tonight? As we are being led by the 45 of Eddie Hawks. 23 of Craig Hawkins on the outside. As we see Eddie Hawks in the SimTech machine looking pretty good in that paint scheme. James O'Brien, he's up to 3rd after starting 20th. He is our points leader. The pace car is off. Eddie Hawks wastes no time. Here comes James O'Brien. He is given a run here to Craig Hawkins as Eddie Hawks gets a great jump but so does James O'Brien, as he is now battling the 23. He elects just to go back single file as the 23 of Craig Hawkins all over the back bumper of Eddie Hawks. Just 52 laps to go. James O'Brien looking to the outside of Craig Hawkins. He is going to get, and he's not done yet. He is trying to make a move on Eddie Hawks, take over that race lead, but Eddie Hawks is able to hold him off. Craig Hawkins moved back to third. You've got John LaBeouf. He is fourth. Paul D. Johnson, he is up into fifth position. Top five looking pretty solid right now. Only 10 cars on the lead lap with the 00 of Kyle Souza. He is the last on the lead lap here. As John LaBeouf is looking to the inside of Craig Hawkins, trying to make that inside work as James O'Brien is able to get around the 45 of Eddie Hawks. James O'Brien now leading his first set of laps here tonight as he takes the lead from Eddie Hawks. Paul D. Johnson, he is looking to make a move on John LaBeouf, trying to move up into that fourth position here as he is going to complete the pass, and he is going to bring the 16 of Johnny Pierce. John LaBeouf lost 2 positions on that one turn. Craig Hawkins still all over the back bumper there of Eddie Hawks. Paul D. Johnson sitting there in fourth. Johnny Pierce now in the top 5 as well. Just 45 laps left to go. As we see Johnny Pierce, he's looking to the inside of Paul D. Johnson. Not quite able to do it, but he is trying his hardest as he starts sliding up a little bit. But Paul D. Johnson's not backing off. They are side by side battling for that fourth position as Paul D. Johnson is on the outside. Johnny Pierce on the inside. But here comes the 23, Craig Hawkins. He's looking to the inside of Eddie Hawks as they are battling for that second position. But Craig Hawkins really had to slow it down. That is going to let the 14 of Paul D. Johnson, he moved up into the top 3 as he now looks to the inside of Eddie Hawks as they are battling side by side here coming out of turn number 4, sorry. Looks like Paul D. Johnson was going to take that second position away, but here comes Eddie Hawks. He is just not giving up. 42 laps to go. Johnny Pierce, he is now looking to the outside of Paul D. Johnson. Paul D. Johnson's stuck on the outside, not able to get back up. Looks like Eddie Hawks is slowing down there. He lets the 16 of Johnny Pierce. Paul D. Johnson nowhere to go as he is right behind the 45 of Eddie Hawks. That is going to drop Paul D. Johnson back down the 5th. Eddie Hawks the 4th. Craig Hawkins the 3rd. Johnny Pierce now in the 2nd position, but he has got a battle here as he is 2.2 seconds back from our race leader, the 9 of James O'Brien. James O'Brien, our current point standing. Craig Hawkins sitting 2nd in points, running 3rd in the race. So this will help extend James O'Brien's race lead over Craig Hawkins just by a few points. But James O'Brien, he would definitely love to come away with the win. Now we are looking 36 laps to go. These guys still running 14, 15 second lap times. So last lap around, Craig Hawkins had the fastest lap with a 15.334. Switching over there, it looks like Johnny Pierce, he has still got a battle on his hands with the 23 of Craig Hawkins. He is all over that back bumper. So he is not giving up just yet. He is still battling with Craig Hawkins. Eddie Hawks has dropped back to 4th. Paul D. Johnson looking to his inside, so Paul D. Johnson trying to get around Eddie Hawks for that number 4 position, but Eddie Hawks is holding it off on that upper lane there. A lot of people having trouble, but you got to watch. There's the 3 of Dale Robertson. He is 1 lap down. He is a lap car, but he is trying to get around there to try to get that lap back. 32 laps to go here tonight. Taking a look here as we are still watching that battle. It looks like Paul D. Johnson is going to take that 4th position away from Eddie Hawks. Eddie Hawks still having a heck of a run, rounding out in your top 5 right now. But the man out front, James O'Brien, 2.5 second lead over 2nd place. The 16 of Johnny Pierce. 29 laps to go. The one thing I can guarantee that James O'Brien does not want to see is a caution flag. He is wanting this race to go under green flag conditions because he is just pulling away, now up to 2.5 seconds over Johnny Pierce. Craig Hawkins, though, he fell back off of Johnny Pierce as Paul D. Johnson has caught back up to him. Looks like Paul D. Johnson's going to challenge him here. Steven Aguirre running in 8th. David Dreckman running there in 9th. Only 4/10 separating these guys. Taking a look here, Paul D. Johnson now, he is on that back bumper of Craig Hawkins. Eddie Hawks, he went ahead and let the 3 of Dale Robertson by, but he's got to be careful. There's the 911 of John LaBeouf. He would love to go ahead and take away that 5th spot. Same with that 99 of Brandon Walter. Actually, he is 6 laps down, so that isn't even for position. But here comes the 911 of John LaBeouf. He thought to look to the inside there of Eddie Hawks, just not able to get there as these guys are battling lap 151 of 175, 24 laps to go. Well, taking a look here, 22 laps to go, still being led by the 9 of James O'Brien. Johnny Pierce sitting there in 2nd. You can see the distance. And then Paul D. Johnson, he is in 3rd. He has actually pulled out about a 6/10 lead over the 23 of Craig Hawkins. As we go over the rest of the top 10, Eddie Hawks still in 5th. John LaBeouf 6th. Kyle Souza 7th. Steven Aguirre sitting there in 8th, David Dreckman 9th, and Dale Robertson rounding out your top 10. Only 9 cars left on the lead lap. You got a little swaggle of cars right here. As we see the 00 of Kyle Souza sitting there in 7th. The 99, he is 6 laps down. 911 of John LaBeouf. 45 of Eddie Hawks there. So they're all bumper to bumper to bumper here. As they are trying to gain positions here as we are now just 17 laps to go. As we take a look here, we are still being led. James O'Brien, he has got 3 seconds up over second place, Johnny Pierce. Well, 2.9, 3.0 again. So he is just continuing to pull the lead there. Johnny Pierce, he's got about a 3.3 second over him and Paul D. Johnson. Paul D. Johnson, he is looking at about a 1.7 gap between him as we see the 19 machine of Zach York go around. Zach York multiple laps down, but he is now 1.6 seconds ahead of the 23 of Craig Hawkins. Craig Hawkins, he's looking about a 3.4 gap over Eddie Hawks. Eddie Hawks sitting there in fifth, but he has got a battle on his hands. Here comes John the Buff. John Buff looking to the inside with the 99 and the 00 right there behind, but just not able to complete that pass on the inside there. As we are 11 laps to go, as James O'Brien coming out of turn number 4. He is getting ready to take, 10 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So we are 10 laps to go here. Looking at our race report, we have had 8 cautions for 47 laps and 8 lead changes here tonight. I don't know if anybody's got anything for that 9 of James O'Brien. He had come back from the back of the field starting 20th, now running in the lead. He has led the most laps here tonight with 40 laps. Johnny Pierce sitting right there in second. Paul D. Johnson sitting there third, or top 3 right now. But Craig Hawkins is actually closing in on Paul D. Johnson. He is only 7/10 behind him now. So Craig Hawkins is on the move here with 7 laps to go. Well, 6 laps to go as James O'Brien, he has gone across the start-finish line. 5 laps to go here. 5 laps left to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. James O'Brien, he is 3.7 seconds ahead. Craig Hawkins, he is caught up. He is only 4/10 behind. 2.9 now. 2/10 ahead. He is closing on Paul D. Johnson. Can Paul D. Johnson hold him off for 4 more laps? Here comes Craig Hawkins looking to the inside of Paul D. Johnson. Paul D. Johnson just holding that outside lane. He is going to make Craig Hawkins take it on the inside here. We are 3 laps to go. These two are side by side, the closest battle on the track as these guys are battling for top 3. Is James O'Brien now coming out of turn 4. He is going to get to 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. White flag next time around as we are still watching the battle between Paul D. Johnson and 23 of Craig Hawkins. They are battling it out. James O'Brien coming through turns 3 and 4. He is going to take the white flag. The white flag is out. White flag, final lap. Looks like James O'Brien is going to take it. Craig Hawkins able to get around the 14 of Paul D. Johnson, but here comes Paul D. Johnson as they are side by side coming down the backstretch, coming into turn 3. Craig Hawkins, he is leading. Paul D. Johnson's trying to make a last minute charge. He is not going to be there. Craig Hawkins is going to take 3rd with James O'Brien winning tonight's race. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get an interview in from our top 3. That is going to be James O'Brien, Johnny Pierce, and Craig Hawkins. As we watch the 9 of James O'Brien do a burnout here, just watching. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get a race in with our race leader. Just give us one moment here while we get him. James O'Brien, Dave Beverly up here in the Dre Broadcasting booth. You got a copy. What a win. Coming from 20th position to come all the way back and get into first. Tell us about your race. How was your car set up here tonight?
And he had this race won. We did a lot of long run testing for this track this week, and it definitely paid off, but I had about 3 minutes of damage from that big wreck with Dustin and Paul early on, and I pretty much wrote myself off. I had no chance in hell to win, and we were pretty much putting all our chips on Brandon to win it because he had an undamaged car and he was fast, and he disconnected. So I was up in third or second spot. I did a little bit of tire pressure adjustment, and it paid off.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you had a heck of a run out there tonight, that's for sure, even with the damaged car. But once you got out front, it didn't look like that damage really affected you any.
I never went a lap down. I kept fixing it under every opportunity I had under caution, and eventually I got it all fixed. I knew the cautions were going to start thinning out as people got more and more damage, so I tried to keep myself cleaner. And I feel like the clean air definitely helped, like you kind of mentioned there. Once I got out front, it was just even faster. I was very surprised at how fast it became.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, you came into tonight's race as the points leader with a 12-point lead over Craig Hawkins. It looks like you're going to extend that a little bit. So what can we expect from you for the rest of the season here? I know you're going to be in a contention for the championship, but what can we expect from you?
Now that I'm locked in and I got 2 wins, I might try to experiment a little bit more. Next week is Lowe's. I want Paul and Brandon and Chris or David to get a win, so I might try to help one of them out a little bit more. I like Charlotte next week. I'm usually pretty fast there, but I mean a lot of people are because it's a pretty basic track, so there's a lot of talent. Most people start there, so they know the track well. So it should be a really good close race next week. I'm really looking forward to the road course in the Chase, Watkins Glen. That's my strength, so I'm waiting for that with the chopping the bit, you know.
Well, most definitely. Well, before we let you go celebrate with your teammates, is there anybody you would like to thank out there?
David Dreckman again for helping build a really, really good setup, and Brandon Walter for helping test it out like he always does every week, and Paul for being Paul, running Road Trip RV Racing. This is his team. He's a little goofy sometimes, but we love him. And you guys for broadcasting. I'm glad you were able to. I didn't know you guys were going to broadcast tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, we're glad to be here, so we'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Heck yeah, man. Have a good night.
You too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our race winner, the 9 of James O'Brien. Now we are going to get with Johnny Pierce. Johnny Pierce, Dave Beverly in the Dre Broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good, man. How you doing out there after coming in that second place finish here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, all things considering, I guess it was a pretty good finish. It's just rough race.
Definitely. You came in the race tonight sitting in 8th in points. So as we're on round 5 here, that's definitely coming in second. That's definitely going to help you boost your points up in the standings a little bit. Tell us about your car. How was it handling out there tonight?
A little loose early on. Just could never get it tight the way I wanted it to, and never really had a chance. It's just the aggression here tonight was just unreal. And you know, Dave, I usually try not to be negative, but this was just pathetic tonight. So guys need to chill out and respect each other out here. Show a little give and take. And I ended up losing my head too, and I got into a guy, contacted him, but it just enough. You know, you can only take so much.
Most definitely. Well, next week we're going to change up pace and be going to Charlotte. What can we expect from you there?
We're always pretty strong there. I mean, we're strong every week. I mean, we spend hours on these cars just to come out here and wreck them, and it's just it's a little old this week.
All right, well, definitely, most definitely. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. Before we let you go celebrate with your teammates, is there anybody you would like to thank?
Yeah, just Dustin and Eddie. They really we worked hard this week, and like I said, it was just disappointing, especially for Dustin. I mean, I think he had the car that could have won this thing, but we'll never know. So, congrats to James. He definitely made a good comeback. He come through the hell just like the rest of us did. So he did a good job.
Well, most definitely. Well, congratulations on that second place finish. We'll see you next week at Charlotte.
All right, thanks, Dave.
That was our second place finisher, Johnny Pierce. Now we'll see if we can get a word with the third place, Craig Hawkins. Craig Hawkins, Dave Beverly in the Dre Broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, definitely a good race there as you come out in third. You were one of the faster drivers out here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Well, I started out, I didn't qualify because I knew there was going to be like a huge wreck in the first couple of laps, so I just stayed back. But sadly, the first wreck, I got involved in it and it put some damage on my right front. And luckily, it didn't hurt the car, but it made the car overheat a lot. So when I got out in the lead for, I don't know, 10, 15 laps, it started overheating. So I had to drop back. And ever since then, I just could not get back up there because the car would overheat.
Yeah, most definitely. Sorry to hear about that, but you did come into the race second in points. James O'Brien was able to extend that just a little bit. But what can we expect from you next week as we head over to Charlotte?
Uh, I'm gonna be making me a fast set for Charlotte because I've been racing Charlotte ever since I was a rookie on here. So Charlotte's one of my favorite tracks here. I love it, in almost every car. I'm not really used to making sets with the Xfinity. I'm used to making sets with the trucks and stuff, but I think I'll be ready. I got a good team on my hands with Blown Gasket Racing, and they're gonna help me build a set, so I'm ready for Charlotte.
Most definitely. Well, before we let you go celebrate with your team, is there anybody you'd like to thank out there, Craig?
Yeah, I want to shout out to you for the broadcasting team of Blown Gasket Racing with Zach and Steven, and the team of outside of PRL, that's Blown Gasket. They helped me with a lot of stuff too, with understanding the setup and stuff. And that's about it. And have a good night, buddy.
All right, you do that yourself. Go celebrate. Congratulations on your third place finish. We'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Thank you, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more special guest with us tonight. That is going to be the 45 of Eddie Hawks. Eddie Hawks, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Well, Eddie, tonight's race was the Disabled Sim Wheels 175. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, well, it started about a couple years ago. Aaron Crosscall come up. He's in a wheelchair and didn't have no way to race, or he was trying to race with buttons and so forth. So, yeah, I came up with a system that drives and puts the gas and the brake up on the steering wheel, so anybody in a wheelchair could do iRacing or American Truck Simulator or whatever they want.
Oh, most definitely. So can you tell us a little bit how we can, if anybody's interested in something like that, how they can get a hold of you or to see what products you have?
Yeah, if they're on the iRacing, they can just PM me at Eddie Hawks. And if not, they can email me at toplessvet, spelled TOPLSVETTT at gmail.com. I don't have no website or anything like that because I'm just making them for people that need them.
Well, definitely. Congratulations. Much love there. Because I mean, unfortunately, there's people that are handicapped, but they love to race. So it's great that there's folks out there like you that are willing to take the time to try to help get them the proper equipment so that they can get out here on the track and enjoy racing as much as we all do.
Yeah, I mean, the idea came up really. I spent 2 years in a wheelchair, learning to walk again. And I thought, damn, that would have been nice if I had something like that. Would it had something to do? So I had it in the back of my mind and was kind of working on it anyway until Aaron came along. So yeah, we got a pretty good product. Also make like a wireless shift knobs for American Truck Simulator. So yeah, I just enjoy making stuff and helping people.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. If you know anybody that could use some products like that, definitely get a hold of Eddie Hawks here on iRacing and the Precision Racing League. Well, congratulations. Thank you for taking your time to come up and talk to us, Eddie, and much love out there to you. And thank you for giving everybody the chance to come out and race.
Yeah, thank you for pulling me up and let me talk about it. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. We'll see you next week at Charlotte, buddy.
You got it. Thanks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here from Eddie Hawks. If you know someone that would love to get into iRacing, it's in a wheelchair, handicap of any sort, get a hold of Eddie Hawks and see what he can do to try to get them a system, to get them out here on the track, get out here and enjoy the love of sim racing. So definitely check them out. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this was the Disabled Sim Wheels 175 live here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Taking a look at our top 10 results tonight. James O'Brien coming out up on top. James Pierce second. Craig Hawkins coming out in third. Paul D. Johnson fourth. John LaBeouf fifth. Kyle Souza sitting there in sixth. Streckman seventh. Stephen Aguiar sitting there in eighth. Eddie Hawks ninth. And Dale Robertson rounding out your top 10 here tonight. But next week, next Sunday, we will be at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you next time here on the Dre Broadcasting Network.